everybody, Phil Snedecor here, today talking about excerpts that we've played for a lot of our career and maybe are starting to get a little stale. That, of course, was the Waltz from Petrushka, and we've played that a lot as trumpet players. It's on just about every audition, and like all excerpts that are commonly played, they tend to carry what I call emotional baggage, which means you muster up all the good and the bad performances you've had of that, and it begins to take a life of its own. And so what I like to try to do to get myself out of that is to play something similar that utilizes a lot of the same qualities that the excerpt has, but with completely different music. And so sometimes I'll write a little etude on it. In this case, I wrote a whole book called Lyrical Orchestral Trumpeter, and one of them was called Waltz for a Puppet, based on this. And it took a lot of the things that are difficult about this excerpt and placed them in the etude, but without actually playing the excerpt. So one of the difficult things about this piece is the A flat to D to A flat tritone that you have to do quite often, and then also the touchy articulations that you have to do on this. All of that is in this next thing, but it never actually presents the excerpt. You can do your own version of this if you want. A lot of people ask me, how do I come up with this melodic material? A lot of times I'll just take something that I'm working on and get it in my head and then take a walk in the forest or maybe a bike ride, and I'll get my phone out and I'll sing whatever comes to my head into my phone, and then later I will transcribe it. And in that way I'm able to kind of make something that makes sense for me and write it down later and use it for myself or my students, or maybe even publish it in a book. So that's my process. I hope this helps. This is my version of the Waltz from Petrushka. It's called Waltz for a Puppet. Hope you've enjoyed this ITG exclusive.